day of Vaikuntha Ekadasi, right? So on this day, even before it was called as Vaikuntha Ekadasi, this particular Ekadashi is called as Mokshada or Mokshada or Moksha Prada. These are the different names that this Ekadashi has. It's called Mokshada Ekadashi, Moksha Prada Ekadashi, and Mokshada Ekadashi also. Why it is called? So today we will go there. So there were two demons called Madhu and Kaitaba. That's why the Lord is called Madhusudana, Madhu Kaitaba Hare. That means he is the one who has defeated the demon Madhu or Madhu Kaitaba. Kaitaba. There are two demons, both are brothers. And these two demons have emerged or manifested from the body of Narayana himself. And you see, anything that comes out of Narayana, they are like avatars. We call them as avatars. And every avatara is very powerful. And we have gone through, what are the different kinds of avatars that are there. So now, these two demons also manifested from the body of Narayana, but they came as demons. So it's not an avatara, but it is an amsha, just like part and parcels of the Lord. So these two demons, they have created havoc. And their naughtiness, or what they have done is they've gone into the mind of Brahma and had stolen the Vedas. So it is beyond our perception. That's why we call this transcendental. We cannot perceive it, but I'll try to explain. So you see, even on this earth, when someone gets hit by a car or someone, they go into concussion, they forget, and when their brain is operated, some part of it is taken out. So the person wouldn't remember what happened before, or he would remember only up till certain point on his life. Beyond that, he wouldn't remember. So there are so many diseases, brain diseases. So these Madhu and Kaitaba, they were so powerful and they were so subtle because they came out of Narayana, that they entered into the mind of Brahma and they could capture the Vedas, and they took it somewhere. So Brahma could not function. He is a Srishtikarta. He is a secondary creator, right? So he could not understand, why he is not able to contemplate. Later, he realized that Madhu and Kaitaba, the demons had stolen the Vedas, from his memory, kind of hypnotism, or you may think, right? Any things like that. So Brahma goes to his father, who is none other than Lord Vishnu, and there he begs for his mercy, and he asked, can you please help in returning the Vedas? So Narayana said, or Garbhodakashai Vishnu, he says, don't worry, I'll take care of it. So then he goes to these two demons, Madhu and Kaitaba, from whose body they emerge. So they said, no, we will not give you. Then Narayana said, if you give me, I will give you, two boons. And that is a demonic quality. When in demonic quality is, if someone is going above you, their ego is hurt. Immediately they want a fight. So Madhu Kaitaba said, how you are giving us the boons? We will give you the boons. What do you want, you ask? So Narayana Vishnu said, okay, since you are in this rebellious mood, let's have a fight. So there was a fight between Narayana and his army also. Lord Vishnu also has an army, and the chief of army is basically Kartikeya. He's Subramanya. He is the chief of the entire demigod's army, Devata army. So both the Devatas and just Madhu Kaitaba alone, they were fighting. And the fighting was so nice. They were fighting uh, very nicely with high strength, that they were defeating the demigods. And after so much of fighting and association with Lord Vishnu, they got purified. And Vishnu said, I'm very impressed by how you are fighting. So the Lord can be pleased in many ways. He can be pleased by service, by gana, natya, by nice singing, by dance, by offering worship, by offering so many food items, preparations, various preparations, nice jewelry, clothes, following his instructions also pleases the Lord. So similarly, when the Lord is in a relationship with animosity, with enmity with anyone, then he also gains pleasure when he is winning. For example, you would can see Lord Krishna had fought with many demons, Rama had fought with many demons, and in fact, Krishna was ready to go and fight with Bhishma Dev. So all of those give some kind of pleasure to the Lord, that he is also fighting and winning and all. So he was impressed. Lord Vishnu was impressed on how Madhu and Kaitabha they were fighting the war, and finally, they were getting defeated. But the Lord was impressed and said, "I want to give you two boons, and one boon is I'm going to give you the liberation, moksha." Okay, and that happens exactly this same day. Okay, few millenniums ago, not now, few millenniums ago, in the very early stages, when Brahma was very young. Now Brahma is nearly 75 years old. But when in the beginning days of Brahma, this Madhu and Kaitabha were defeated. And then when they were, so that means they're going out of this material world. Okay. So before I go there, I want to take you to this verse which says, Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. Okay. Krishna, he says, Mam upetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmanaha samsiddhim paramam gataha. So Krishna is telling that this material world, he has created this material world. There are this verse is there and other verses which tell that he has created this material world. And this material world is ashashvatam. It's temporary. Okay. And it is dukkha alayam. Alayam means, it's a place, right? As I said, like pustakalayam, library, bhojanalayam, hotel. Uh, Alayam means place. Devalayam means a temple of demigod. Dukkha alayam. This whole material world is full of miseries. So it is a jailer. It is a prison house. So what is a prison house of? It is a prison house of the spiritual world. So when we say in Dallas, or we say it's prison house is there, but there is a rest of the city is also there. And in the prison house, the activities are very, very much limited. So once who gets released from the prison house, his activities are again resumed. Similarly, we were all in spiritual world, all of us, every one of us, including ant, including every jiva, every soul was in Vaikuntha. Because we committed some mistake, we fell down into this dukkha alayam. Okay. And then by following again the rules and regulations as enjoined in the scriptures, by following the Guru Parampara, we may get liberated. Okay. That's why the liberation, when we say liberation, moksha, it means that this moksha has, sorry, the moksha has the meaning only when we say the place is miserable. You can't be going to a very Disneyland and say I'm getting a moksha there. No. So moksha makes sense only from the point of dukkha, because you get liberated from the pain. Nobody would say I want to get liberated from happiness. They would say liberation from the pain. That's why in this material world, there is a concept of moksha, liberation. Okay. So I will show you what happens in So we have something called as Brahma Samhita. Okay. Brahma Samhita. So Samhita means a conversation or a literature that is written by Brahma. So in this, what the picture that you see is basically drawn from the uh, purports and translations of this Brahma Samhita. Okay. This is not coming properly. Let's see if I can get a bigger picture. Okay. Okay. So what this picture has is this upper portion that you see in this picture is basically, let me go here at least this if I can see. Yeah, this I can see. Okay. Oh, why everything is coming this way? Just open. Okay. So you see, the upper part is basically the Vaikuntha, spiritual world. There is a Brahma Jyoti. That means the light coming out of those Vaikuntha planets is Brahma Jyoti. And then there is a Viraja Nadi or Karana ocean is there. And then there is one Vishnu sleeping there. His name is Karana Udaka Shai Vishnu. Shai means to rest, to sleep. This Karanodakashaya Vishnu, when he exhales, the Brahmandas come out of it. You see, there are different bubbles come out of it. In each bubble is called one universe. Okay. So I'll show you what is there in this. Okay, this is each bubble. In this bubble, again, the same Mahavishnu who is outside, he he expands into this Vishnu called Garbhodaka Shai Vishnu, because there is an ocean called Garbhodaka. On that ocean, Lord Vishnu resides. His name is Garbhodaka. From his navel, there is a lotus flower that comes up, and on this lotus is Brahma is born. So Brahma is born to Garbhodaka. Then there is again Garbhodakashaya Vishnu expands into another Vishnu. So there is another planet. It's a planet of milk ocean. So see, so we have the planet of salty water. The ocean is of salt water. There are in the hellish planets, the ocean is made of liquor. Is a very pathetic place. Not only liquor, there's stool, worms, urine, everything is there. Rivers are there like that that flows in the hellish planets. In the upper planets, there is a loka called Kshirodaka Shai Vishnu. This Vishnu who he's on the planet or who rests upon Kshira, ocean of Kshira. Kshira means milk in Sanskrit. Okay. So whenever Brahma consults anyone, no, he consults the Kshirodaka Shai Vishnu who is here. Okay. So, and then there is because this whole universe is called Dukkhalayam, full of miseries. And Krishna says, A Brahma Bhavana Loka in Bhagavad Gita, starting from Brahma to the lowest place, everybody is in pain. Everyone, every devata, every demigod, every jiva is always in constant pain. It is sometimes that we get little happiness, but most of the time it is pain only. And that is why another name for prison is basically dungeons, we say, and dungeons also mean as Durgam. Okay, Durgam. So that's why Durga Devi is basically the jailer of this particular material verse. And she holds this trident, that she gives these pains through three, the Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika, Adi Atmika. Okay, I'll explain all this later, technicalities. But the point is, there are demigods in upper planetary systems. There are jivas we are in the middle planetary systems and lower. So this Madhukaitabha, he took the Vedas from the mind of Brahma. They then went with war with Kshirodakashaya Vishnu, and then Kshirodakashaya Vishnu wanted to give benedictions. He gave the benedictions of Vaikuntha, that they will achieve the Vaikuntha. And as they were going to Vaikuntha, that means they were crossing this material universe, because see, this material universe has 7 layers. It's filled with earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and falsification. All of these things. There are 7 layers. Each Brahmanda has it. Piercing through that, they reached the Viraja Nadi. They took path there, and then they were entering into Vaikuntha. And when they entered into Vaikuntha, they were entering at the gate itself. They said, "My dear Vishnu, I don't know, we don't know what we have committed. Throughout our lives, we have only committed, ill doings, all naughty things. But in spite of that, you have given us moksha, liberation. So we want to utilize, we want a second boon, that let this big day today, that you are giving us liberation, be called as Mokshada Ekadashi. And anyone who hears this pastime, they become eligible to go back to Godhead, go back to Vaikuntha. Okay, so this was, and then Lord Vishnu, obviously, he granted that boon, and they enter into Vaikuntha. So, an Ekadashi on which moksha was given to Madhu and Kaitaba, right? So now that is the all throughout every millennium, every yuga, it used to be called as Mokshada Ekadashi. And now comes Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, remember I mentioned there are 4 sampradayas: Shri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Kumara Sampradaya, and Brahma Sampradaya. Okay, Shri Sampradaya starts with Lakshmi. Rudra Sampradaya starts with Shiva. Kumara Sampradaya starts with Sanat, the 4 Kumaras. And Brahma Sampradaya starts with Lord Brahma himself. So this Vaikuntha Ekadashi that is right now famous across India and all over the world is basically started by an Acharya who is in Shri Sampradaya. Okay. And this Vaikuntha Ekadashi is very, very specific to Sri Ranganatha Swami in Sri Rangam. So, I'll show you that also. So, you see, this place Sri Rangam is in South India, okay, on the banks of River Kaveri, okay, and this is an island, okay, this is an island. Now here lies this temple called Sri Ranganatha, temple for Ranganatha Swami. So I'll give you a background of who this Ranganatha Swami is. Let me show you. Hmm. Okay, you see this photo? This is on the very first day when Lord Brahma was born. He's also born like us, okay? But he's born from that lotus flower. Uh, when he was born, he got the um, instructions by Lord Vishnu that you do tapasya. So he does tapasya for hundreds of, I think 100,000 celestial years. And after that, he gets all the Vedas and everything. After he gets Vedas, you know, in the Vedas, it is mentioned about the deity worship, Vigraha Aradhana. And he's the very first person. So he needs a Vigraha. So he again does tapasya, austerity, and he pleases Lord Vishnu. And where does he do tapasya? On the banks of this milk ocean. He goes to the planet of milk ocean, and on the banks there, he does tapasya. And after some thousands of years of tapasya, the Lord appears and he asks, what do you want? And Brahma says that I want a deity that with which I can start the deity worship. So immediately the Lord, he gives him the Ranganatha Swami, the deity of Sri Ranganatha. And which deity is it? This one, this particular deity. Sorry. This is the deity. So this deity first it appeared to Lord Brahma in uh, Ksheera. Okay, and it is called Swayambhu deity. In the Puranas, there are 8 Swayambhu deities. That means Swayambhu means they were not carved or sculpted by anyone. I'm talking about the Moolavar. There are different types of deities. One deity is called Moolavar deity. That is the big one. It is always consecrated and established at one particular point, Moolasthana. That's why we call as Moolavar. Then there are Utsava deities. It's the same expansion where the Lord will be in smaller form and he's very easily able to be, they can carry him and perform different festivals. They are called Utsava deity. And then there are Kautuka deities, and there are different types of deities, which you see on the right side corner. This deity, they will make the deity to sleep and all that. There are different services offered to the various types of deities. So the entire set of deities were gifted or were given to Brahma. Okay, were given to Brahma. And when it was given, he was not just given the deity, even the altar also appeared. And that altar we say as Vimanam. In Sanskrit, the word is called Vimana. Vimana is the the top portion of the sanctum sanctorum. Okay, the altar is called Vimana. So along with the Vimana and the deities, it appeared to Lord Brahma. And Lord Brahma was worshipping very faithfully in Satyaloka. Okay. In Satyaloka, he would do it every day morning. He would get up, he would worship the deity and offer all the paraphernalia. And his pujari was none other than sun god, hmm? Vivaswan. And sorry, Surya Dev, and then Surya Dev has a son called Vaivasvata Manu or Manu, and Manu had a son Ikshvaku. Okay, so this Ikshvaku is the forefather of Lord Ramachandra, and his headquarters was in Ayodhya, and the kingdom name is Koshala. So Ikshvaku was so powerful, he was so pious that he could traverse the upper planetary systems, like how we traverse from India to US. Yogis and jnanis, certain, no, very high level yogis, Raja Rishis, Maharshis, and Brahmarshis, they can travel across the planetary systems, not just Bhuloka, our upper planetary systems, lower planetary systems also. They can do it. So Ikshvaku king was a very saintly king, Rajarshi. So he went to see his father, who is in Satyaloka, Manu, who is doing service to this Lord Ranganatha. When he looked at Lord Ranganatha, immediately he wanted to, worship that deity. So, he did tapasya. He came back to Bhuloka and did, tapasya for Lord Ranganatha. Then the Lord appeared and he said, I want you to come here and, please bless this Bhuloka. The Lord was very pleased with his tapasya. So he said, definitely I'll come. But Brahma was not happy. He said, my dear Lord, you are my deity, my daily worshipable deity. How can I leave you? Then the Lord said, don't worry, anyway, you're doing in the morning, 1 hour you will worship me. Afternoon, you will come and see me. Again, in the evening, you will come and see me. So in between your morning and afternoon, how many yugas will go? Like 350 Mahayugas will pass just from morning to afternoon. Oh, sorry, 500 Mahayugas will pass. That means Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. Cycle of this is one cycle is called Mahayuga. Like this, 500 cycles will go. Again, after from afternoon to evening, another 500 cycles will go. So anyway, you're not worshipping me during this time. So during that time, I will go to Bhuloka and when you're ready for worship, I'll come back. Then Brahma agrees. Then the Lord, Ranganatha, he descends from Satyaloka into Bhuloka. And where was it being worshipped? It was being worshipped in Ayodhya. So in the previous centuries, even now also, every king would have a family altar, an altar, not just inside his, he would make a separate temple within the palace. Even very rich, businessmen, they all also do it. Okay, they also have the separate temple built inside their quarters. So in Ramayana, you would see, that Rama is worshipping this deity. He was asked by Dasharatha because next day he was supposed to be coronated as the king. So his father said, Dasharatha Maharaj says that you have to go and worship the deity and all that. So Lord Rama worshipped the deity. If you see Ikshwaku, then Khatvanga, then Sagara Chakravarti, then comes Ambarisha Maharaj, Bhagiratha, like that. There are all these kings, including Dasharatha Maharaj, they worshipped this deity. And then finally, it was worshipped by Lord Rama. So now Lord Rama, he ruled this planet for 11,000 years, as it said in Ramayana. For 11,000 years in Treta Yuga, Rama ruled over this earth. At that time, he was worshipping this deity. Okay. And at the end of his closing pastimes, you know, everybody came, like even the citizens from Lanka, Bhishana, everybody came. So he was giving boons to everyone at that time because he's completing his pastimes and he's going back to Vaikuntha. So all the old people were also joining him to go back. And this is there in Uttarakanda, Uttara Ramayana. There it is mentioned that in the final days, what happens is there is a Sarayu River. Ayodhya is on the banks of Sarayu River. There, uh, um, as Rama was along with his queen, sorry, not queen, along with all his contemporaries and all the old people, everyone who is eligible to finish their life, they all approached Sarayu River. They dipped in Sarayu River, and the planes, celestial planes from upper planetary systems, and even from Vaikuntha, they were coming. And they used to come, each soul, they used to take it. The person used to dip, the body used to get merged into the Sarayu. The soul would come out of the Sarayu River, and that soul will be taken to different planetary systems based on the desire. Okay, so not everyone desired to go back to Vaikuntha again. There were very only few people desired to go back, to get moksha. Many of them wanted, some of them wanted to enjoy in Swargaloka, some of them were in Tapoloka, Janaloka, like that. So they were going like that. At that time, Lord Rama, he blessed Hanuman, that wherever my katha, this Ramayana is being recited, Harikatha will be recited, you be there. Okay, so that's why it is said, when Ramayana is recited, Lord Hanuma will be present. Then he turned to Vibhishana and he felt very merciful to Vibhishana because he felt, okay, if it's not for Vibhishana, he wouldn't have killed Ravana. That's a very humble way of thinking. It was only Vibhishana that actually, how Sita Devi survived for 10 months there. She was not taking even a drop of water from the house of Ravana. And every time Sita Devi was going through the dangers, because Ravana becomes mad suddenly and he will say, kill Sita. Then immediately it is Vibhishana's wife and Vibhishana's daughter, they would come and protect. No, 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 don't do that. And they used to protect Sita Devi. So Rama felt very merciful, and he said he wanted to give something. Then he turned towards the deity of Ranganatha and he said, Vibhishana, this deity is non-different from me. Okay, in other words, that's where he's exposing himself, that he is Lord Vishnu himself. So he said, this deity is non-different from me. So I am giving you this deity along with the Vimana. No, the Vimana means this one. This Vimana has a name. Okay, it's called Pranavakara Vimana. So I'm giving you this Vimana. So you go and you properly worship the deity and you perform all kinds of festivals. He gives all that the instructions he gives to Vibhishana. So Vibhishana takes it, and now Rama, he goes into Sarayu River and then he disappears. He goes back to Vaikuntha. After that, Vibhishana takes this deity along with uh, uh, Vimana and he travels south. Okay. He's traveling from where? Ayodhya. If you see Ayodhya, where is Ayodhya? Ayodhya is here near Lucknow. Okay. Let's see. Mhm. Here it is, Ayodhya, near Lucknow. From Ayodhya, he was going towards Sri Lanka. Okay. And he was flying. They had planes, they had Pushpaka Vimana, everything. They had all that technology. Okay. Every technology was already there. So when he was flying, uh, uh, the time came, it was actually the Brahmotsava times for Lord Ranganatha. And he did not have time to go to Lanka because it will still take some time to go there. And he does not want to miss the dates. So by that time, he had already reached to this place. Okay. And he was searching for a nice place. And he saw on the banks of Kaveri, there is an island in within the river. So he saw that, oh, there is nice supply of water and the gardens are very nice. There are fruits, there are trees, and everything is available there. So he placed the deity in this uh, island. Okay. One thing I want to clarify. I'm saying deity. Okay. I'm not saying idol. Idol is different. Deity is different. Okay. Idol means murti. Deity means vigraha. In idol, there is no prana pratishtha. It is not consecrated. Once the idol or the deity is consecrated, or sorry, once the murti or the idol is consecrated, it is called as deity. Okay. So, and where that means the prana is there in the deity. And there are so many stories, histories, historical references to that also. So, anyways, so he keeps that Ranganatha Swami along with the Pranavakara Vimana here, and then he performs the Brahmotsava. So by that time, there were Maharshis who were doing tapasya nearby. There were great yogis and devotees who were doing tapasya. And also the, Kaveri, you know, so Kaveri river was herself did tapasya for Lord Vishnu to appear in Sri Ranga Kshetra. And all the yogis also did tapasya, just like how Ikshvaku did the austerities, meditation, like that, the yogis around this area, they also did, great tapasya. And so the Lord appeared there. Now, Vibhishana was planning to take it to Lanka. And as he was taking back to Lanka, the Lord did not get up from there. He could not raise the Vimana, okay, from the uh, 1 minute. Where did that go? Photo. Okay. I can show. Okay. I'll show you some. Here it is. You see this photo. Is it coming properly? Okay, I'll quickly show you. Okay, you see here, this is where Lord Rama is giving the entire Vimana of Sri Lanka and to Vibhishana. And then, Vibhishana, uh, sorry, where is it? Hmm. And Vibhishana has completes the Brahmotsava in Sri Ranga, and then he takes it. He is trying to take it, and all the people, yogis and devotees, they are praying that the Lord be here, and the Lord is not getting up. That time again, the Lord speaks. Ranganatha speaks that Vibhishana, you leave me here. I like this place, and I want to be here. Vibhishana said, My dear Lord, sure, you want to be here? Ah, okay, I'll also be here only. Then he said, No, 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 you have to go back to Lanka and you have to rule. Vishnu says, No, I cannot leave you. Leave you. No, it's you are like my prana. You are like my life force. Then the Lord said, Do not worry. I will be facing your kingdom from here. You go and you rule, and every day you come and you worship me. He gives some time. Every day you come and worship me. So then Vibhishana agrees. That is why if you see, normally any temple, right? No temple will be faced south. It's very rare temples. Okay, they'll be facing south. Because as per the Vastu Shastra, it is not good for facing south. I'm talking about temples. Because if it comes to the people, again, it depends on your astrology, and based on each person's astrology and horoscope, the Vastu changes. Okay, for some people, the West Vastu is very good. Facing West is very good. For some people, South facing is very good. Okay, so this is for the Lord. The Vastu for temples is completely different. They should be either facing east. Most of them, they should face east or north. But here, the Lord is facing south. And if you see what's there in south, exactly south is the Sri Lanka is there. Okay. He is facing Sri Lanka. So it is mentioned even today, no, Vibhishana comes at night and he worships the Lord. Okay. So this after Treta Yuga, then Dwapar Yuga came and Dwapar Yuga ended. Now starts the Kali Yuga. So in Kali Yuga, there were few Alvars who were born in South India. Alvar means devotees of Lord Vishnu. There are 12 Alvars. Okay, they're called starting with Nammalvar, Bhutattalvar, Peyalvar, Madhurakavi Alvar, like that, and Andal, Periyalvar, Tondradipudi Alvar, Tirupana Alvar, Tirumangai Alvar, like that. There are 12 Alvars which are mentioned. All these Alvars, Kulashekar Alvar, he's a king from the Chera kingdom from Kerala. So these 12 Alvars, they were born and they lived in the very first 1,000 years of this Kali Yuga. So now we have passed 5,000 years in Kali Yuga. In the very first 1,000 years, these Alvars were born. Okay. And there is a concept of, uh, Divya Desham in Shri Sampradaya. So Divya Desham means those temples where these 12 Alvars have praised. Either they have gone personally and praised the deity or glorified the deity, hmm, or wherever they were there, they were thinking of that Lord and then they were glorifying that particular Lord or that particular deity. Okay, so there are 108 Divya Deshams on this in Sri Sampradaya. Okay. Let's see if I find it. Okay. Yeah, here it is. There are 108. I want to show you once. 100 and, hold on. Okay. Something is wrong. Okay. Anyways, there are 108 Vaishnava Divya Deshams. And in each of this, there are Almost 80 Divideshams in Tamil Nadu. There are two in Andhra. One is Tirupati, we all know, and one is Ahobilam. And in Kerala, there are 12. The Ananta Padmanabha in Thiruvananthapuram is one of them. And in the north, there are only 8. Uh, the Dwarka is one. Mathura is second. Gokul, Badrinath, Naimisha Aranya. Uh, in Nepal, there is Gandaki River. Okay. So out of these 108, 106 Divideshams are on this planet Earth. Two are in upper planetary system. That is, one is the Tirupar Kadal, they say, which is nothing but the uh, milk ocean, the planet of milk ocean, Kshirodaka. And the other one is Sri Vaikuntha. Okay. There are 108 Divideshams. So these Alvars, they have sung glories of each of these, not every deity. So some Alvar has only sung about Sri Rangam. Some Alvars have sung uh, glories for, I don't know, 10, 15 deities like that. So Tirumangai Alvar was the last in that chain, and he was the one who alone visited 45 temples which were not visited by other Alvars or not glorified, and he has given the glorification. So he gave the glory, and those glorifications are called as Pashuram. And there are 4,000 verses in total. Okay. So some Alvar gave 10 shlokas, some of them gave 100, some of them gave 1,000. So put together, all the Alvars together, there are 4,000 Pashurams. In that, Tirumangai Alvar alone had around 2,000 to 3,000 something, because he visited many of the Divideshams. So he was a last Alvar, and he was finishing his pastimes, and he was going back. And Ranganatha Swami, once he visited, like when Tirumangai Alvar visited Sri Rangam, so Lord Ranga was very, very impressed by his service. So he wants to give a boon. He said, I want to give you a boon. And see, just even like 500 years ago also, the pujaris, or I wouldn't say pujari, the archaka swamis, they were so pure that they would talk to the deities directly, and the deity would specially instruct the pujaris. No, do like this, do like this, do like this. Even today, this, it is said that in Udupi Krishna, if you know, that sometimes like the Lord Krishna is has a special alankara. Sometimes as a Lakshmi, sometimes as Parthasarathi. Different alankaras are done. It is said that when there are mathas, and each matha has matadipati, and that person and that sannyasi, when he does the meditation, he will be instructed by Lord Krishna to uh, do this particular alankara. Even today it happens. So just 1,000 years ago, deity used to speak. Even in Tirupati also, the deity Lord Venkateshwara used to speak to the archakas. So he is an Alvar. Tirumangai Alvar is a very stalwart devotee. So Lord Ranganatha spoke to him, what you want. So Tirumangai Alvar said that during this Mrigashirsha month, or in Tamil they call as Margali month, you please hear the Divya Prabandham. Okay, so today is only Vaikuntha Ekadasi, right? We all say, but this is actually the festival for 21 days or 22 days. Okay, they say Pagal Pat, morning, the first 11 days, they perform certain festival in the morning, and the second 11 days, they perform the festival in the evening. Pagal Pat, Ra Pat, they say like that. So this one is on the 11th day. So the 11th day is Vaikuntha Ekadashi. So we just say that only this one particular one. No, no, no. It's for 21 days. This festival is 21 days. And it is such a long celebration that the Acharya's name is they name this festival as Periya Tirunal. Tirunal means basically very auspicious days. Periya means very big. So there are 21 days of very high auspicious days. All other festivals you see, like Janmashtami, 1 day over. Okay, any Brahmotsva, maximum 7 days or 9 days over. That's it. But this festival is conducted for 21 days. In 21 days, the first 11 days, they hear like every day 100 Pashurams or 100 shlokas are recited to Lord Ranganatha. Why? Because Tirumangalvar said, no, you have to listen to our, not to this, the Prabandham. And Ranganatha was definitely, I would love to, no, because he likes the glories given by by stalwart devotees. So in these 21 days, they would recite the 4,000 Nalayira Divya Prabandham, the 4,000 Divya Prabandha is recited to Lord Ranganatha, and everybody they hear. And that's what they call as Adhyayana Utsavam. Utsavam in Sanskrit means festival. Dhyayana means, that it is meditation. Adhyayana means to practice the Lord, practice this meditation. And what kind of practices is worshipping the Lord through these verses. Okay. So on the 11th day, there are 10 days, right? It happened. Uh, on the 10th day, there's one very peculiar thing that happens. Let me show you that one. I showed you, right? This is Lord Ranganatha. This is the Lord Ranganatha. This is Utsava Vigraha, where the Lord is standing with four arms, with Abhaya Hasta. On the right one is Abhaya Hasta, then he's holding Gada on his left hand down, and he's also holding Shanku and Chakra, which is covered with the flower garland. And then these are Ubhaya Nancharis. That means the two Shri Devi and Bhudevi, two wives of the Lord. They're sitting here. So now I will show you the what happens on the 10th day. Okay, just hold on. Can you all see this? Correctly?
Yes,
You,
yes,
you can
Prabhu.
okay.
Yeah.
See, the Lord is in the form of Nayika. Okay.
கயல்விழியதனில் ஞான ஒளியும் பரவிட குழந்தையாகிய
So you see, behind the Lord, no, the Lord has specifically taken the form of Sri Ranganayaki. Okay, so in this Ranganatha Sri Ranga Kshetram, every Vishnu temple you see in Shri Sampradaya, that there will be the main temple of the Lord, and then there will be a separate temple for Lakshmi, because the worship is in the form of the king and the queen. So how the kings have a separate palace, the queens have a separate quarters. So that's why in all the Sri Sampradaya temples, you will see there is a temple for the Lord, and then Lord Vishnu, and a separate temple for Lakshmi. And here Lakshmi Devi is the name is Ranganayaki. Okay. So in Sri Sampradaya, there was one Acharya whose name is Parashara Bhatta. Okay. He's the next Acharya after Ramanujacharya. Okay. The Parashara Bhatta was very close to Sri Ranganayaki. It happened that when Parashara Bhatta was very young and he was crying, Sri Ranganayaki herself brought and pacified the baby in the altar of Ranganatha. Okay, so there are tool. They say tool means the pillars. So between the pillars, she tied one cloth, and in that she made Parashar Bhatta to sleep, and then she was swinging that. That kind of devote. So he always used to want to be with Ranganayaki. So the Lord, as I said, the deities they speak. So when Parashara Bhatta once he came before the Lord asked, "Why is that you are always in front, sitting, with Ranganayaki? You're not spending time with me. Always you're with mother." So then he said, "Yes, that is true because she is more merciful than you. No, you don't have her qualities." So Rangana says, "Is it? I don't have her qualities?" Okay. He goes back and he orders all the Archaka Swamis. He says, "Okay, you, all of you, decorate me as Ranganayaki." So you go to Sri Ranganayaki Alaya, get all the jewelries, all the things from there, you bring it and you decorate me as Sri Ranganayaki. So the Archakas, they immediately go there, they get all the beautiful jewelries and everything. And you see the Lord is sitting posture, no, standing posture, right? But here, if you see the Lord is sitting posture, because the Ranganayaki is sitting, Lakshmi Devi is always sitting. So the Lord is decorated like this. And then he's being taken to Parashara Bhatta again, to the temple of Ranganayaki. And there, now he said, "Now am I good?" Then Parashar Bhatta said, he looks from top to bottom, everything. He said, "Yes, everything is there except the merciful eyes. Except that eyes, just everything you have." Because, this is very important to know because it has a connection to the next day. This happened one day prior to Vaikuntha Ekadasi. Okay. Uh, so what happened is like, yeah, Parashara Bhatta says that you have the eyes are very merciful for Ranganayaki. Those eyes you don't have. Why I'm saying that? Why he's saying that? Because you see, there are a lot of punishment. You do this, you do that, you'll be punished. Father is always has to be very strict. He cannot be liberal. He has to be very strict. And mother, sometimes, she's liberal. So although she knows that the son has committed some mistakes and the father is beating him, the mother says, "No, no, 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 don't chastise, don't beat. It's okay," like that. That mercy is there, naturally comes with women. And as Ranganayaki, she, that mercy is there. So then the Lord accepts it. So following this, right? Uh, Next day is the Ekadashi day. On the Ekadashi day, he said, Tirumangai Alvar, this Parashara Bhatta appeared 1,000 years ago. Okay. That means if you want to start from the beginning of Kali Yuga, we are in 5,000 years are over. Okay. From the beginning of Kali Yuga. At 4,000th year, Ramanujacharya and Parashara Bhatta, they were there. Okay. 2,000 years before, that means after the first 1,000 or first 1,500 years, when Tirumangai Alvar was there, Sri Ranganatha, he wanted to show not that what happens when you are going to Vaikuntha. Okay, so uh, I will show you one more thing. 1 minute. Hold on. It comes. Okay. This Srirangam is the largest functioning temple on this earth. It is so large that there are seven no prakaras. There are seven compound walls. Uh, the ent we say a temple is in the city. No, no, the entire city is within the temple in Srirangam. So this is the drone view of the Srirangam temple. Just watch for a second. I will hold on and no, I will explain few things. Okay. So, it's facing south, right? So this golden thing is where the Lord is. The Lord's main sanctum is. And this portion you see on this corner, it's called thousand pillar uh, mandap. Okay. Ayarkal mandap, they say thousand pillars are here. So the Lord on the day of Vaikuntha Ekadashi, what he does is he shows to all his devotees how you can go to Vaikuntha. Okay. And when you're going to Vaikuntha, what happens? So the Lord is taken on a palanquin. Okay. And from this place, let me see if I have a bigger closer picture. Yeah. See, yeah. From here, okay, the Lord goes out. It doesn't come out here within this itself. He crosses the first gopuram, and then he goes in like this inside like this. He turns, and then he comes out of this gopura. So, which facing the Lord is? The Lord is in the south facing. Okay. Um, this is then the north facing will basically become the back door. Okay. It becomes the back door of this temple. So the north gate, normally they say in Vaikuntha Ekadashi, the north gate has to be open and all that. This Vaikuntha Ekadashi, it originated here in Sri Rangam. It is very specific to Sri Rangam deity, Sri Ranganatha deity. So, see, none of us are eligible to go back to Godhead. Okay, although the acharyas have given it and all that, we are not at all eligible. And that's why, there is one shloka, which I will again share it next week, that, asmin ihe haiva, where Lord Krishna says that every lifetime I'm looking forward that this particular soul will come to me this life. Maybe in this life he will come, maybe in that life he will come. Every lifetime, Lord Krishna is anxious to take us back home, back to Godhead. But we are not, we are so fallen that we don't, fall back. We don't go back. So in that shloka, Lord Krishna says, without breaking my rules, I'm not able to take you back home. So I have to break my own rules. But if I break my rules, the demigod will not accept. So what I will do, I will take you back through a back door. So the Lord in a palanquin, he comes out of this altar, he goes back. And when he's going back, there are different cloths that are wrapped onto Lord Ranganatha. Each cloth is taken out. Okay. In every, there are small mandaps, within this enclosure. In every mandap, one cloth they remove. What does that signify is he's telling us that when you're coming to Vaikuntha, I'll take you through the back door. Okay, but at least follow the four basic regulations and what acharyas have established. At least follow that. I'll take you through back door. And when you are going to Vaikuntha, your gross body, first gross body will be gone, then your subtle body will go, then you will dip in Viraja Nadi. Here if you see, there is a well here where my arrow is, near to this Gopura. There is a well. That well is an expansion of Viraja River. Viraja River, as previously I've shown you, it is in the is it sorry, just hold on. This Viraja Nadi is the border between your Vaikuntha and your material world, Virajaridva. So everyone, they after they get purified, after all their material body is taken out, when they are pure, they dip into the Viraja river, and then they wait at the doors. This is the Paramapada Vasal or Vaikuntha Vasal. Okay, Vaikuntha Vasal and Srirangam. Let me see, this is the door. This is the door where behind this door is the inside portion of the temple. The Lord will be inside that, and then the door is opened, and then the Lord comes out, and he goes to this corner place that's called Ayarkala Mandapam, which is nothing but Vaikuntha. And what happens there after you going there? Simply enjoyment. Lot of nice kirtans are happen, dance, kirtan, prasadam, only enjoyment in the whole like thousand pillared house in this mandapam. So the on this day, why it's called Vaikuntha Ekadasi is that the Lord Himself is showing the path. When you are going to the Vaikuntha, what all things happen. And he also gives the instructions, because when the Lord is going behind him, all the alvars also follow. The deities of alvars, they also follow. And that we have to take we have to surrender, we have to take shelter of great acharyas in the sampradaya that is coming. We have to take the shelter. We have to learn this philosophy, and you have to follow their whatever rules and regulations they have established, and you will be taken to Vaikuntha. This is the promise he is giving it, and he's also promised to Madhu and Kaitabha, right? So we become eligible, but we have to follow at least basic rules and regulations that acharyas have established. So I'll show you the next one where the Paramapada uh, comes. Okay, let's see. Okay, here it is. Okay. I don't like this song. Okay. So let's see the Lord. This is just in the morning that has happened. Just few hours ago. It is live. Okay. Just few hours ago, the Lord is enacting all that pastimes, different pastimes. Okay. And you see how everybody is waiting outside the door. This is the Vaikuntha Paramapada Vasal, they say, the door to Vaikuntha. Okay, and all the people are on the other side who are inside, because the Lord and the archakas, they show, they explain, that what you all have to follow. And all these persons who are painted, they are none other than all the alvars, all great devotees. Okay, so you can see, 1 minute. The people are all waiting. Yeah, here it is. So the Lord is taken, and behind him all the alvars, the deities are also there. And see, they're all waiting, and on particular point, at a particular point, you see all the different layers of the cloth are removed already. So now you will see only very thin layer of cloth is there. Okay, there. And then the Lord takes bath there. You see, yeah, now. The door is going to open now. This is the northern gate, and it's a back door. Okay. Why we say north gate? Because in Srirangam, north gate is a back door. It's going to come or not. See? Yeah. See, they open the door and all the people from inside, they come out. This is the northern door. So people they go back, they go out of the temple. That is the Paramapada Vasal. So this is the entire drama that happens in Sri Rangam on the day of Vaikuntha. Another video I will show, and then with this I will stop. This is very important.
ராஜாதிராஜ தேவாதிதேவ வேகத்தில் வாராய் ராஜாதிராஜ தேவாதிதேவ வேகத்தில் வாராய்.
Let's hold on 1 minute. Something is wrong.
ராஜாதிராஜ
It's not smooth, but I will send this video maybe in the group so that all of you can see it at least. Okay, let's see if I can play it again.
தேவாதிதேவ வேகத்தில் வாராய் ராஜாதிராஜ தேவாதிதேவ வேகத்தில் வாராய் வச்சன பிரிய சஜன சேவித வேகத்தில் வாராயே வச்சன பிரிய சஜன சேவித வேகத்தில் வாராயே சகடத்தை உதைத்த சரணத்தை உடையோனே வேகத்தில் வாராய் சகடத்தை உதைத்த சரணத்தை உடையோனே வேகத்தில் வாராய் மகுடம் தரிட்ட மன்மத மன்மத வேகத்தில் வாராயே மகுடம் தரி.
Okay. So this Vaikuntha Ekadasi, the whole festival, Adhyayana Utsavam or Peri Tirunal, it happens for another 10 days. And only this day is called Vaikuntha Ekadasi, but the entire festival is about going back to Vaikuntha, how it is. Okay. So I'll stop here. Any questions?
Prabhu, I have one question.
Yeah, just one moment, Madhavi. I'm there, right? I don't know why I'm not able to see this. Okay, yeah. Go ahead, Mataji.
Yeah, why everyone wants to go Vaikuntha? Why not Kailasa, Prabhu?
Okay. So Kailasha is on the banks of Vaikuntha.
Okay.
Here, if you see, the original Kailasha, which where it is there, it is on the. See, Shiva is also the avatara, and as I said, Guna avatara of Vishnu. Guna avatara, which Guna avatara? Tamo Guna avatara, as it is said, So here the main Shiva is there. Okay, that is just the outer layer of Vaikuntha. Okay.
Mhm.
And this Kailasha is different from the Kailasha that is there within every universe. That's a totally different Kailasha. How
Oh.
there is a Vaikuntha that expands again into each universe, like that, this Kailasha also expands into each universe. See, everybody in this material world, starting from Brahma to the lowest ant, everybody is a Jiva. Okay. Everyone can fall down, and all their posts are replaceable. Today there is one person as Brahma. Tomorrow there is another person can come. You can come depending on how much punya you have. But you
Okay.
cannot replace two people,
Mhm.
Vishnu and Shiva. And Shiva is again an avatara of Lord Vishnu and as a Guna avatara. And his original Kailasha stays here above even Brahma Jyoti. So the
Uh-huh.
Brahma Jyoti comes out of all the Vaikuntha planets.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
No, Prabhu.
Okay. All right. So today, being it's a very auspicious day, we will chant the Hare Krishna mantra. One round we will do. Okay. नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवाद पाश्चात्य विस्तारणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त
नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवाचार्य गौर भक्त